Well, good evening and Happy New Year, residents of Everett, Washington. I'd like to call to order the Everett City Council meeting of January 7th, 2026. For information on council meetings and how to participate, please visit our website at everettwa.gov/citycouncil. It's a great big crowd today, and I'm very thankful for that. Welcome, everyone. Clerk, will you please take the roll?
Mayor Franklin.
Here.
Vice President Zarlingo.
Here.
Councilmember Bourbano.
Here.
Councilmember Toohey.
Here.
Councilmember Weir. Here. Councilmember Ryan.
Here.
Councilmember Bader.
Here.
President Schwab.
Yes, thank you for that. At this time, I'd like to ask Councilmember Toohey to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And at this time, I'd like to ask Vice President Zarlingo to read the land acknowledgement.
This council acknowledges the original inhabitants of this place, the Sahopes people, and their successors, the Tulalip tribes. Since time immemorial, they've hunted, fished, gathered on, and taken care of these lands and waters. We respect their sovereignty, their right to self-determination, and honor their sacred spiritual connection with the land and water. We will strive to be honest about our past mistakes and bring about a future that includes their people, stories, and voices to form a more just and equitable society.
Thank you. Well, tonight is a special night. We will begin with a swearing of our oaths of office. And so at this time, I'd like to call Judge Leonard to perform the oath of office. And we'll be starting with Mayor Franklin.
Okay, go ahead and raise your right hand, please. I state your name.
I, Cassie Franklin,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I am a citizen of the United States or a lawful permanent resident.
that I am a citizen of the United States,
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Everett,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Everett,
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
perform the duties of mayor
perform the duties of mayor
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, if we could have Vice President Zarlingo.
Let's see you. Go ahead and raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Ben Zarlingo,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I am a citizen of the United States or a lawful permanent resident,
that I am a citizen of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Everett,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Everett,
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
perform the duties of city council member
perform the duties of city council member
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Councilmember Bourbano.
Raise your right hand, please. I state your name.
I, Luis Urbano,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I am a citizen of the United States or a lawful permanent resident,
that I'm a citizen of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of
the
Washington,
Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Everett,
and the charter and ordinances of the state of the city of Everett,
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
and I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
perform the duties of council member
perform the duties of council member
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Go ahead and raise your right hand for me. I state your name.
I, Erica Ware,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I am a citizen of the United States or a lawful permanent resident,
I'm a citizen of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the state of
the
Washington,
Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Everett,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Everett.
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
And I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
perform the duties of council member
perform the duties of council member
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. I state your name.
I, Paula Ryan,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear, oh my gosh,
that I am a citizen of the United States or a lawful permanent resident,
that I'm a citizen of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Everett,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Everett,
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
perform the duties of council member
perform the duties of council member
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
I state your name.
I, Don Schwab,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I'm a citizen of the United States or a lawful permanent resident,
that I'm a citizen of the United States.
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
the Constitution and the laws of the state of Washington.
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Everett,
I support the charter and ordinances of the city of Everett,
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
and I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
perform the duties of council member
perform the duties of council member
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you very much, Judge. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, we'll switch here to old business. Do I have approval of the monthly minutes for December 17th?
What mayor's?
Oh, did I miss the mayor comments? Old business?
Swear in.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm ready to just get going here. The first thing here. Okay. Mayor, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Exciting evening. Want to also congratulate Judge Leonard and Judge Kestner, who also won re-election. Thank you for swearing us in tonight. Congratulations to our council members that were newly elected, especially our newly elected and our re-elected council members. Welcome to the team. I'm really excited to get to work with all of you again and all of you for the first time. And thank you to residents of Everett for allowing me the opportunity to continue to serve as your mayor. Really, it's a great honor. So really, thank you for that, and really look forward to working with each of you to continue this positive momentum for our beautiful city and all the great work that we're going to do together. So to lead our police department into a new chapter, I'm honored to appoint Deputy Chief Robert Getz to serve as our new Chief of Police. As you all remember, we had to say goodbye to Chief DeRoos last month, and we were very sad to see him go. I wish him well on his next adventure. Leadership transitions like these are inevitable, and we work to stay prepared thanks to our succession planning, including ongoing training and mentorship, and great opportunities in all our departments, but especially in our police department. Deputy Chief Getz brings truly unmatched experience with over 34 years serving in nearly every operational and administrative role, including investigations and services, Snohomish County Regional Drug Task Force, and the Office of Professional Standards, the Marine Unit, Honor Guard, SRO, and PIO. Deputy Chief Getz is known for his steady leadership, deep institutional knowledge, and community-centered approach. Deputy Chief Getz, could you please come forward to the podium for your oath of office?
So raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Robert Getz,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I am a citizen of the United States or a lawful permanent resident,
that I am a citizen of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution and laws of the state of
the
Washington,
Constitution and laws of the state of Washington,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Everett,
and the charter and ordinances of the city of Everett,
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
and that I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially
perform the duties of chief of police
perform the duties of chief of police
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief Getz. We are so fortunate to have you willing to serve in this really important role in our community. And I can tell our community that we are in very good hands with you and the team that you have with you. So thank you very much for your service. And I know you'll have lots of opportunities to come to the podium and talk. If you want to say a few words today, you're welcome to. Otherwise, I'll just call on you when we need you. Come on up.
If you don't
Yes,
mind,
yeah,
Mayor,
please come forward.
I'll just say a couple of things. Thank you, Council, President Schwab, council members, Mayor Franklin. It's an honor for me to continue to serve the city of Everett, a place that I really owe everything to. This next week will be the completion of my 35th year here at the city. I'm excited for the future to come. I'm excited to have had mentorship like Chief Templeman, who's here, Chief DeRoos, who's here, and others from even longer ago than that. I appreciate this opportunity. I hope to serve our community with honor and distinction, and you'll hear from me soon. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm also pleased to recommend 3 individuals to serve on 2 of our boards, and I ask for your confirmation of a few of them. Here, I'll read them. Sorry. To the Everett Housing Authority Board, Paul Menzel, position 2, with the term expiring October 6, 2030. Corin Smith, position 3, with a term expiring October 6, 2030. And Jason Miller to position 6, with a term expiring October 6, 2030. That's for the Everett Housing Authority.
Council President, I move we approve those appointments.
I second the motion.
Okay, motion second's been made. Is there any comment? Hearing none, clerk, please take the roll.
Vice President Zarlingo,
Here.
Yes.
Sorry. Yes.
Councilmember Burbano,
Yes.
Councilmember Tui,
Yes.
Councilmember Weir,
Yes.
Councilmember Ryan.
Yes.
Councilmember Bader.
Yes.
President Schwab.
Yes, and I'm also here.
And then the next 2 I'll just do together because there's just one for each of the boards. To the Civil Service Commission, Charles McMurray, position 2, with a term expiring December 31st, 2031. And to our Library Board, Melinda Cervantes, position 2, with a term expiring December 31st, 2030.
Councilmember Ryan recommends approval.
Second.
Okay, motion and second's been made. Are any questions or comments? Hearing none, clerk, please take the roll.
Vice President Zarlingo,
Yes.
Councilmember Burbano.
Yes.
Councilmember Tui.
Yes.
Councilmember Weir,
Yes.
Councilmember Ryan.
Yes.
Councilmember Bader.
Yes.
President Schwab.
Yes.
And with that, I have no further comments this evening. Just want to thank all of our council and our chief and our volunteers for their service.
Okay, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. All right, now we can get cruising here through our agenda. We'll start with old business. Looking for a motion to approve the minutes for December 17th.
Councilmember Ryan so moves.
Seconded.
Motion and second. Clerk, please take the roll.
Vice President Zarlingo,
Yes.
Councilmember Burbano,
Yes.
Councilmember Tui,
Abstain.
Councilmember Weir,
Abstain.
Councilmember Ryan.
Yes.
Councilmember Bader.
Yes.
President Schwab.
Yes. Okay, now it's time for public comment, which includes written comment acknowledgement. Under our rules, written comments shall be considered in the same manner as oral comments. The person submitting comments must provide their name and city of residence to be part of our official council record. Good evening, Angie. Do we have any written comments to acknowledge?
Good evening, President Schwab. We received one written comment from John Martin regarding outdoor event center, and that was provided to council, legal, city clerk, and administration to be part of the record.
Okay, and then now it's time to people to speak. Is anyone signed up?
We have 2 individuals in chambers, and if Steve would like to come to the podium. Steve? Yes. Please state your full name and city residence, and you have 3 minutes to speak.
Okay. My name is Steve Ose. For those of you who don't know me, I'd like to thank Mayor Franklin, President Schwab, and the rest of the council members for both your work and for this opportunity to speak to you. You may have gotten a handout. It was about Stuff-A-Bus, and what we got to distribute amongst our citizens in Everett who are less fortunate than us. Got 3,524 items with an estimated value of $33,000, $33,563. Total cash that was received was $1,895. There was 10,115 pounds of food. That goes to Volunteers of America, and they distribute it to those citizens in our community who have been identified as in need. And I'd like to thank all of you who helped. I'd like to thank the citizens in Everett who did an outstanding job helping. There's one other thing that's come to my mind that needs to be addressed. Every employer has to take care of injuries that happen to their employees. Most employers use labor and industries, and they pay labor and industries to take care of those injuries that happen to their employees. Some employers, like the city of Everett, are able to opt out of the state program and use a third party to take care of those obligations. Some of you may remember that years ago I came up here and we talked about that when another company was hired by the city. Comprehensive Risk Management was that company, and they did a terrible job in taking care of my coworkers and our employees. One night I brought in 10 drivers who were having those issues. And it was within 2 months, we had a new company, Corvell. They did an outstanding job at the beginning. And now we're right back where we used to be. We're having very bad medical treatment for my coworkers and your employees. We recently had to let a driver go who had been with Everett for how long? Over 10 years, probably closer to 15 years. And we had to let her go because she got injured and the medical care that she got was very subpar. I know that we have others that are on the list and they're not going to be able to keep their jobs much longer.
Okay,
So
go ahead and finish up.
I know my time is up. If you want to talk to me, feel free to talk to me and we'll talk more specifically about what needs to be done to take care of these people.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Liz, if you could please come to the podium. And please state your full name and city of residence. You have 3 minutes to speak.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I am Liz Vogeley, Everett of resident of Everett. And congratulations, everybody who's up there now. And congratulations, Chief Getz. And this is what I have to say. Renee Nicole Good should be alive today. Full stop. An ICE agent shot and killed her point blank in her car in Minneapolis. Community showed up, exercised their rights, stayed vigilant, and documented everything. Without legal observers and witnesses, it would have been even worse. This is why we organize. This is how community supports community. ICE has already disappeared people here in Everett. Daniel Carlos Morales is one name that I have. The city needs to be prepared to arrest ICE agents who break the law. We are dealing with a fascist federal government that is no longer operating lawfully. Don't let them get away with kidnapping and murder. How will Everett city government impede unlawful activity by ICE agents? And of course, I don't expect you to answer that question here, but think about it and have a good evening.
Thank you, and that concludes our public comments.
Okay,
Unless someone else wants to. Please state your full name, city of residence. You have 3 minutes to speak, and then after, if you could please give me a speaker form.
John Peoples, Everett, Washington. Happy New Year, everyone. City Council.
Can you please hit the button on the mic? I'm sorry, in the middle. You can start over.
John Peoples, Everett, Washington. Happy New Year, Council. I, for one, thoroughly enjoyed the sound of my Silver Lake neighbors' fireworks before sleeping clear through the night. We soar into this, the year of our Lord, 2026, fresh off our Advent and Christmas celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ. Also this year, we all celebrate 250 years of independence from the mother country, Great Britain. I hope to join you in counting the many blessings God has bestowed on our great American Republic and her citizens. I'll start by acknowledging that the United States of America has been a net positive for the world by the grace of God. I'll also remind you that on this very day, 250 years ago in 1776, Henry Knox and his patriot soldiers continued their weeks-long trek, hauling the captured artillery of Fort Ticonderoga through the freezing snow, sleet, slush, mud and muck, and howling wind on foot 300 miles to Boston and General Washington. As you begin your new fixed duration terms on the council, please keep humble and acknowledge that Knox and his men did this for all of you and all of us. Every American is a beneficiary of their courage and their dogged determination. Your job is to carefully and humbly make legislative decisions within the limits of the Everett City Charter on behalf of the citizens and other residents of our city, not to falsely shame or blame them for others' perceived faults, not to dominate them, and not to play them one against the other. So congratulations, good luck, we'll be watching. Good night.
Thank you, and I believe that concludes our public comments.
okay, thank you very much. So do we have administrative, let's start off with council comments. We'll start with Councilmember Zarlingo.
Thank you, Council President. Just a couple of things. I will say I've worked with Chief Getz in his position as Deputy Chief, along with Deputy Chief Hendrickson on a number of things, including community outreach and support and the rollout of our Drone as First Responder program. Not only was he generous with his time and specifics about what benefits the program would provide, but he showed the kind of forward thinking the department is known for. That included a thorough examination of the privacy and civil liberties implications and openness that included a dashboard and accountability. He also spoke and took questions and feedback at neighborhood meetings, including those in my district. For years, he's been one of the forces behind a department that demonstrates a commitment to integrity and public service, and I think it's fitting that he now leads the department. Welcome, Chief Getz. And also, I guess, as first speaking of the council members tonight, I get a chance to welcome our new council members. I've had a chance to speak with them about their perspectives and priorities. I know they've got the best interests of the residents of Everett at heart, and I really look forward to learning from them and working with them to serve this city. Oh, and one other thing about the volunteers for the for our boards and commissions. There's an old saying that I've been reminded of as I read the backgrounds, biographies of these people, is that if you want something, you really want something done, give it to a busy person. And I look at those people, and that is very much what they are. So I admire and respect that and thank them very much for stepping forward for the city.
Thank you. Councilmember Barbano.
No comments.
Thank you. Councilmember Tui.
Yeah, I just want to wish everybody a happy 2026 and congratulate all of the newly elected, especially our new incoming ones. Really look forward to working with both of them, and I'm really happy about our new chief of police. I think it's great that we transition from our own team. I think that's a great way to continue the solid, good leadership that we've had. We've been really fortunate with those two back there, and I'm glad to see that this should continue. So I'm looking forward to it. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Weir.
Just want to say thank you for the outpouring of support and encouragement that we've received during this process. And I'm excited to go forward in representing our city. No other comments.
Thank you. Councilmember Ryan.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Congrats everybody for elections and oaths, and to our new chief as well. I know we're all in good hands moving forward, and I look forward to working with everybody. I wanted to share a friendly reminder that this upcoming Monday is the Port Gardner Neighborhood Association meeting at the Community Resource Center there on Broadway. And also I heard today that Bloodworks is really short on their blood supply right now. So if folks have an opportunity to donate, I would, sure if there's some folks out there that would appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Bader.
Thanks, Council President. Congratulations to our re-elected council members and re-elected mayor, and to our two new council members. Look forward to serving with you all. Congratulations to Chief Getz as well. And I don't think I ever got to say a thank you to, or didn't say a thank you to Chief DeRoos for all his service as well. So just a great time to be here and be part of all these wonderful people that are stepping up to public service and have stepped up to public service. One thing I noticed is our state legislature prepares to gear up. At least one bill is dropped regarding flock cameras that will restrict that if passed would restrict the ability of our flock cameras for us to save recordings for more than 3 days. And I know we'll be hearing about the legislature, what's coming into the legislature here in a few weeks, I think, from our lobbyists, but that one certainly has me concerned, and I'd be grateful for an analysis from our police department of what that would mean, what impact that would have on our flock cameras as well, and their ability to use them. Then also wanted to, a couple of days ago, I know we had several incidents in the news, a bad accident, a shooting here that made high profile in the news, and just wanted to thank our first responders for the work they did on I think it was a very busy day a couple of days ago as well. So just certainly noticed that, and I know a lot of them probably put in a lot of overtime. So thanks for the work they did on that. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
President Schwab, can I just quickly?
Sure.
My apologies. I should have shared that in our last meeting. I was still getting my act together this week, but we do have flock cameras on our agenda, and I have been in discussion with our delegation about our concerns around that particular bill, and we'll share all of that with you shortly.
Thank you for that. I too want to congratulate our newest council members. And also congratulations really to the Everett Police Department. What amazing feat to generate and produce good leaders continuously. That is one of the organization's biggest challenges through mentorship and through training, and just the process that the leaders have is absolutely amazing. So congratulations to the Everett Police Department for going through that process. Also, just a reminder that we have our council retreat coming up. It's going to take place on the 31st of January. It'll start at 9 a.m. and approximately go till 3, depending how dialogue goes. We'll be located at the Everett Station Warehouser Room on the 4th floor, located at 3201 Smith Avenue. Public is welcome to attend, but public comment or material being distributed will not be accepted. So it's just, you can go and observe. And so but the public's welcome to attend. And once in a while we get 1 or 2 people that show up. Also, I want to continue to encourage those in our community to consider giving to Snohomish County Volunteers of America, the food bank, and still there's a lot of need there. So thank you for that. On to administrative report.
I don't have a report tonight. Thank you for your question, Councilmember Bader. And as the mayor noted, we'll get that legislative agenda out to you. We've got analysis on the flock bill, but it did just drop today. But thank you for bringing it up. So.
And I will address that too real quick and let you finish. The Association of Washington Cities has their upcoming legislative event. So there'll be a lot of dialogue amongst the cities that are like jurisdictions that will get more information, I'm sure, from them. And I'll, as soon as I can get some of that, I'll send it to all of us. Okay. Sorry, Jennifer, go ahead. You good? Okay. How about our city attorney, David Hall?
Thank you. Looking forward to continuing to serve our re-elected council members and of course our mayor. And especially looking forward to getting to know our two new council members. You should feel free to schedule some time with me to come up and talk about what it is the legal department does, other than tell you you can't do what you want to do. We do a lot more than that. We are asking for an executive session tonight, 10 minutes to discuss a claim and potential litigation matter pursuant to RCW 423110 1I with council action to follow.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so we'll move to our 12 consent items. Do I have a motion?
So move the motion.
Councilmember Ryan seconds.
Motion and seconds been made. Clerk, please take the roll.
Vice President Zarlingo.
Yes.
Councilmember Bourbano.
Yes.
Councilmember Tui.
Yes.
Councilmember Weir.
Yes.
Councilmember Ryan.
Yes.
Councilmember Bader.
Yes.
President Schwab.
Yes. Okay, on to our proposed action items. Action item number 13, Council Bill 2512-88. It's been read into the record. At this time, is there any questions or comments on item 13? Okay, seeing none, our final reading, it will be January 14th. Moving on to proposed action item number 14, Council Bill 2512-89, second reading. Are there any questions or comments from council? Okay, seeing none, third and final reading will also be on the 14th. On to item number 15, second reading, Council Bill 2512-90. Are there any questions or comments from council? Okay, seeing none, that will go to our third and final reading, once again, is January 14th, 2026. Okay, on to item number 16, briefing and proposed action item. I'll read in the record, Council Bill 2512-91, first reading. Adopt an ordinance for Everett 2044 housekeeping amendments to develop regulations recently adopted through the Everett 2044 periodic update, amending various sections within EMC chapter 14 and 19. Public hearing will begin on January 14th, and the third and final reading will be January 21st. You have something for us? Thank you.
I do. Council President Schwab, council members, Mayor Franklin, good evening. I'm York Stevens Wachta, Planning Director. The proposed ordinance before you today includes a set of clarifications and corrections to the development regulations that were adopted as part of the Everett 2044 periodic update. That was adopted in summer 2025 via ordinance 4102-25. The periodic update project, which included both a major update to the city's comprehensive plan and major changes to implementing regulations for development in the city, resulted in changes to 191 interrelated sections across 30 chapters of Everett Municipal Code, new zones, and a new set of middle housing regulations that cover a full third of the city. It was inevitable that we would find some necessary corrections, doing all of that under a tight timeline, and staff had actually planned all along to follow the major update with a couple of housekeeping packages. This is the first, and we would expect at least one more as we continue to get some experience processing development applications under the new code. To meet our criteria for a housekeeping package like this, a correction or clarification must be consistent in our view with the original intent and should not represent a change in direction. Anything that is a change like that should be its own ordinance and its own project, and you will see some of those as the years go by. You'll find a memo in your agenda packets today. Exhibit A of that memo provides an explanation of what's going on with each of the ordinance sections in the rightmost column. The Planning Commission reviewed these code amendments over 3 meetings in summer and fall of 2025 and recommends their adoption. I'll give a quick overview of a few of the more substantive topics, and then would be happy to dive into anything that any of the council may have questions on. The first batch addresses those new middle housing regulations, which are in chapter 1908 of Everett Municipal Code, which include a mix of existing regulations and standards that we drew from the state's model middle housing ordinance and a middle housing toolkit of objective development and design standards that was promulgated by the state and drawn from some consultant work. It was provided to jurisdictions around the state as a set of best practices. And we did our best to meld those recommendations from the state for middle housing, which is development that is between a single detached house and a larger apartment building. So think duplexes, townhouses, cottage housing, and those types of things. It was a requirement of state law that we adopt and allow middle housing throughout the city. And then we had to develop the regulations that were clear and objective. So we cannot review each application and do a design review on it. The standards must be clearly ascertainable to the developer at the beginning of the process. Ordinance sections 8 and 15 make consistent the intent, applicability, and overview sections of the middle housing chapter and chapter 1909, which addresses larger buildings, commercial development, and the more intense zones. They had slightly different structures, and we're always looking for opportunities to make code more consistent between chapters. And this was a good opportunity to do that between those two closely related sections. We also clarified that the edge of the public street, and this was unclear in some of the code provisions in that update, means the edge of the right-of-way, which is clearly defined throughout the city. Private or shared yards are a new requirement for middle housing development under that chapter 1908, but it was left unclear whether those yards, which need to be at least 8 feet by 10 feet for each new home, could overlap required perimeter landscaping. The Planning Commission, when presented with some options, recommended that yes, a yard should be able to overlap the required perimeter landscaping area. So that's what's in their recommendation, and that's what's in the ordinance before you today. The second batch on the screen here addresses a number of design standards for middle housing, addressing things like front porches and entrances, facades, habitable space on the ground floor, and limiting the amount of facade that is garage. As we wrote the regulations last year, applicability of the regulations depended on the definition of a very specific term, street-facing dwelling unit facade. That was an existing term and an existing definition that related to a facade being within 30 feet of the public right-of-way. There was some confusion when we looked at all of the places where a similar term, think, for example, a street-facing facade without the words dwelling unit in between it. Does that then connect to that definition, and is it applicable within 30 feet of the right-of-way or not? So we put together a matrix of all the different places that appeared, walked through that with the Planning Commission. And the recommendation was to clear it up by only applying that set of standards to new dwellings that have a facade within 30 feet of the right-of-way. So it would not apply to units added to the backyard or to a large or a deep lot. I think the term we used last year was looking for a warm embrace of the public street. And that was the focus of the Planning Commission in these regulations, while providing a more flexibility if it's not as visible or directly relating to one of our public streets. Under other, we had a tweak to the requirement for separate water meters for all new dwelling units, and that would provide Public Works discretion to allow a shared water meter for a second dwelling unit if it is under common ownership with the dwelling unit is being added to. We also have required height reductions for development adjacent to certain zones within and outside of the city. Zones outside of the city, Snohomish County had, since we'd last updated this years ago, increased their height limit from 28 feet to 35 feet, but our regulations still capped development next to the city limits at that 28 feet. So correcting that to align with what the Snohomish County, which is where these adjacencies occur, what their height limit is at 35 feet. And then made a correction to the baseline minimum bicycle parking space requirements for single dwelling units. to require only one bicycle parking space for that dwelling unit, where I think due to rounding, we had gotten up to 2. There was also a number of truly non-substantive corrections to references or things like that. The last set is around inclusionary zoning. This was a new framework that was adopted in the periodic update for areas around the future light rail stations in South Everett that were facing greater risk of displacement. So there's a map that defines an area around the Casino Road and Evergreen Way future light rail station, and a smaller one around the Airport Road and Evergreen Way light rail station. Those are 2 areas where we expect to see a little bit more development pressure, and wanted to have a tool to ensure that the investment in transportation and the housing development that comes with it did not come at the cost of the residents who already live there. So inclusionary zoning requires that 20% of the units of any development within those areas be affordable to 80% of area median income. And that applied whether a project was rental or ownership. We heard some feedback from some developers that building ownership housing, which is something that is a goal of the periodic update, has a different and tougher set of finances, especially with regards to something like inclusionary zoning. Difficult to do. Staff agreed, Planning Commission agreed. So what is in the package for the inclusionary zoning is relaxing the affordability requirement for ownership product. That is from 80% area median income affordable to 100% area median income. And we have a fee in lieu alternative compliance option. You can either perform, which is have a covenant and have restrictions on either a rental at that 20% of the units remain affordable. It's similar to how we run our multifamily tax exemption program. Or you could pay a fee in lieu that was set equal to $15 per gross square foot of the development subject to the section. Equivalent to that relaxing of the affordability, we have a reduction in the fee in lieu for ownership product from $15 per square foot to $9 per square foot. There's some complicated math behind that, which is in the November 18th Planning Commission packet, where I'd be happy to do my best to go through where we arrived at those numbers. The bottom line is that staff and the Planning Commission feel that this is a more fair balance for ownership product and rental product, and recognizes the priority that the city has on providing ownership opportunities. There was a recommendation from the Planning Commission that was missed in this ordinance that I would like to add into the next meeting of the council here, and that was to index the fee in lieu to inflation. That's in the Planning Commission resolution. It was just missed in this ordinance. So that's something that I'll be asking for your concurrence to add back into that ordinance. And we also heard some feedback today. There is, so what is intended for ownership versus intended for rental? We were worried that you could say it's intended for ownership and then you get a lower fee in lieu rate, and then surprise, it becomes a rental. So we have a requirement that there be a covenant on a property that gets the lower fee in lieu rate or the lower performance rate that holds it to owner occupancy. And the feedback that we heard is that those types of things on title make it very challenging of a market. And so the request was made that we find some way to have a different way of ensuring that that ownership product actually be ownership product. That's brand new today, so we're thinking about how to do it, and we may have an amendment to suggest to you there. There is criteria in municipal code for adopting amendments to the development regulations, which is what this is, and that's consistency with the comprehensive plan, relation to the public health, safety, or welfare, and the best long-term interests of the Everett community. The Planning Commission and staff do recommend that the council find those 3 are met for these set of amendments. And then again, the Planning Commission did recommend that the City Council adopt these code amendments via Planning Commission resolution. We have a project webpage, link at the bottom of the screen there that has all of the memos and other materials that we've produced for this. And that's what I got.
Okay, are there any questions from council? Councilmember Ryan?
Thanks. Yeah, I'd be very curious. I'll look up the November 18th planning meeting, but I'm really curious about the math on this as well. When this came up during the comprehensive plan, there was, as folks probably remember, there was a big discussion about inclusionary zoning and concerns about economically protecting the people in the Casino Road neighborhood. So when I hearing relaxing requirements to go from 80% AMI to 100, I'm actually really concerned. 80% AMI is still, for a family, for one person, is $88,000 per year, which is about $42 an hour. And that, to me, for the Casino Road neighborhood is a lot of money. So to increase it more, to me, I see the outcome as being economically displaced, which is exactly what we were trying to avoid. So I have big concerns about this. I need to do some more research on it and look into it. But if you have any comments, I'd love to hear it. And I would definitely love to hear more about how the fee in lieu number came around as well.
Yeah.
And in line with that question too, if there's been examples from other jurisdictions that have like a similar fee in lieu number so that we're comparable to other similar cities as well.
Yeah. I'll start with the second one, a little bit easier. The $15 was the lowest. So the city of Seattle was a pioneer in inclusionary zoning in this region. They had $15 was a fee in lieu rate at their lowest. So they had a different fee in lieu for different sub areas based on development pressure intensity. Downtown Seattle was the highest and required it. Maybe it was $50 or more. And then kind of outlying neighborhoods were down to 15. So that's where we drew the 15 from. It was the neighborhood and area of Seattle was relatively similar to the area that we were looking at in Everett. So we took that. Most of the rest of the words in the inclusionary zoning regulations were drawn from Snohomish County, which is looking at adopting a similar program as part of their light rail communities work. And we have been collaborating with them and Sound Transit and Community Transit through a project called the Model Code Partnership that seeks to harmonize those regulations. So that's where we drew the inspiration or the language and the rates for these. The reduction to $9 and the reduction and the relaxing of the affordability limit would only be for ownership products. So that would be townhouses, houses, or if we can figure them out, condo buildings. There is some real complexity to doing that. You need to sell initially to a buyer, and then you need to restrict the price appreciation so that it doesn't just become a windfall for them. Typically, it's going to have a nonprofit involved, something like a community land trust or something that would be an intermediary. And then someone who was qualified could buy it at that discounted rate. And so this would be a reduction in the sale price that the developer could receive, which is a different financial pathway than accepting lower rent over time with the rentals. So it was related to the complexity of it as well as the timing of it and the financing of those projects that made it appear likely that that this would discourage and disincentivize ownership product or even outright make it impossible is what we were hearing from the development community. So it's not changing all of them. It's only for those products. Honestly, we did not expect, because condos have been so difficult and there are not very many large plots of land to get over the minimum number of dwelling units. We did not expect to see very many. So that's why we had not really thought that through ahead of time. And it was only after hearing feedback afterwards.
Great. So with the example that you gave about the city of Seattle, I'm hearing that there might be an opportunity to assign numbers based on areas. You mentioned like downtown has a certain rate and then other areas have a certain rate. So it could be possible that since this area is part of a larger displacement concern area or whatever the term that PSRC has for it, that there could be a different rate.
Yes, we could differentiate the rate by sub area. I should mention also that one way that we differ from Snohomish County is that they do not have, at least in the current iteration of that code, do not have a fee in lieu option. We thought that to be a valuable piece of flexibility for development. In terms of the rates and everything, we're really trying to hit that point where it does not stop or curtail development, because that in itself would be a difficult would lead to a drop in affordability and displacement. There are two reasons to think that we'll be revisiting inclusionary zoning at some point. One is a sub-area planning process that we'll be launching probably this year in the Casino Road area to look at specific development outcomes and potential specific regulations and infrastructure investments and all of that. Focused on Casino Road because that's a similar geography. That would be one opportunity to take another look at this. And then the other one is the state adopted a transit-oriented development bill a few years ago that becomes effective in a few years. And that requires an inclusionary zoning program and to many cities throughout the state. And so I just have the feeling that there's going to be more there. So those are not to bank on, but likely that we'll be taking closer looks in the near future.
Great. Thanks, Yorick.
Any other questions? Councilmember Bader.
Thanks, Council President. And this one, I'm not sure if you might have an answer now or not, but clarifying the edge of the street is the edge of the right of way, any practical effect that's going to have in terms of either the property owner's ability to develop or even such things now, or will some property owners have more responsibility that they didn't have for maintaining sidewalks, right? That is now in the right of way that they may not have thought was theirs, or even snow removal for those things. Again, just wonder what the practical effect of that one is.
Sure, thank you. Yeah, should not affect any rights and responsibilities with regards to the right of way. This is narrowly within chapter 1908, where we have some regulations that say you need to have a front porch and a door facing the street. And that only applies within the way it was originally written, within 30 feet of the public street. And does that start at the curb, behind the sidewalk, travel lane? Those types of things can move as we do infrastructure projects. That's the only way that this change, the only thing that this change affects is that what is within 30 feet of the street. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. And we'll have open hearing starting next week. Okay. All right, so we'll move on to our action item. Item number 17, authorize the mayor to sign an interlocal agreement with Snohomish County for participation in the Downtown Improvement District for the 2026 through 2030 term.
Move to approve.
Councilmember Ryan seconds.
You have a motion and a second. Are there any questions or comments? Questions? Okay, nothing. All right, so clerk, please take the roll.
Vice President Zarlingo,
Yes.
Councilmember Bourbano.
Yes.
Councilmember Tui,
Yes.
Councilmember Weir,
Yes.
Councilmember Ryan.
Yes.
Councilmember Bader.
Yes.
President Schwab.
Yes. Okay, now we'll move to item number 18, nomination of council president, mayor pro temp, and vice president for the year 2026. So we'll begin with nominations. Are there nominations for the role of council president?
Somebody else has her hand.
Councilmember Bader.
Council President, I'd like to nominate you, Council President Schwab, for another term as Council President.
Councilmember Ryan seconds.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Is there any other nominations for council president? Okay, seeing none, we'll give the nominees a chance to speak.
I may want to take my nomination. No.
Well, good evening, fellow residents of Everett, my colleagues here in the council. I'm here before you with a profound sense of gratitude. Paula, an even deeper sense of responsibility to be nominated as a council president. It's just not an honor. It's my commitment to serve everyone who calls Everett home. Everett has always been a city defined by its people, hardworking, creative, resilient, and my favorite, passionate about their community. But our greatest strength just isn't that we have a talented group of hardworking people, it's the diversity of perspectives. And my primary goal in this role is to ensure that we are bringing those different voices and talents to the table. Whether you're a small business owner on Hewitt Avenue, a student at Everett Community College, or a longtime resident of Silver Lake, your voice matters. We are at our best when we solve our problems together. But we must be honest about the road ahead this year. We are currently facing a significant budget deficit. And I know this creates a lot of concerns and probably follows a lot of tough decisions this year. However, I want it to be clear that our mission is to navigate through these financial hurdles while maintaining the essential services that make Everett a safe, vibrant place to live. This will require us to be disciplined, innovative, and transparent. We aren't just looking to get through another budget cycle. We're looking to build a sustainable foundation that respects your tax dollars while protecting our first responders, parks, library, transit, and all of our public infrastructure needs. Facing challenges in Everett is nothing new. We have reinvented ourselves over the 100+ years of our city, and we'll do it again. By working together, bringing our differences and focusing on common goals, we can turn this period of pressure, budget pressure, into a period of progress. I see a bright future for Everett. I've always been optimistic. I see the city that is the heart of innovation in the Puget Sound region. From building an advanced aerospace cluster, an arts and entertainment center in downtown, promoting middle-income housing and transportation area developments. I see a city that cares for its most vulnerable and a city that leads with courage. Thank you for your trust. Let's get to work. So at this time, clerk, please take the roll.
Vice President Zarlingo,
Yes.
Councilmember Burbano,
Yes.
Councilmember Tui,
Yes.
Councilmember Weir,
Yes.
Councilmember Ryan,
Yes.
Councilmember Bader,
Yes.
President Schwab.
I'll vote for myself. Yes, thanks. All right. And at this time, I'd like to open nominations for the role of Vice President of the City Council. Okay, I'll make a motion to endorse or for Paula Ryan to be our Vice President for the City Council. I have a second.
Councilmember Ware seconds.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Are there any more nominations for Vice President for City Council of Everett? Okay, hearing none, would the candidate like to say something?
Thank you. Would be so grateful for my colleagues' support tonight. As it's pretty obvious, most meetings, how much I care about the city and really value and treasure the council and the work that we can do when we work together, and be grateful for your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Yeah, Councilmember Bader.
Thanks, Council President. I'm eager to take this vote, but I did want to confirm maybe more for our new members that with City Attorney that, well, the Council President is our position required by our charter. Council Vice President is one that we found a convenient and useful thing to have, but not necessarily required by the charter.
Yes, it is specified in your council procedures rather than the charter.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments? Okay, clerk, please take the roll.
Vice President Zarlingo,
Yes, and good luck.
Councilmember Burbano,
Yes.
Councilmember Tui,
Yes.
Councilmember Weir,
Yes.
Councilmember Ryan,
Yes.
Councilmember Bader.
Yes.
President Schwab.
Yes. Okay, thank you. We'll be moved on to executive session that lasts 10 minutes with action to follow.
Good to go? So we are.
Okay, we're
hoping-
back in session and I'd like to welcome our city attorney, David Hall, for our next potential action.
Thank you. We are asking for a motion to authorize the mayor to execute the agreement to settle a claim for $318,518.10 for damages arising from a break in a 12-inch water main in the area of 3109 McDougal Avenue. The claim is from the Everett District Station Alliance for damage done to their building and their tenants' properties. This, it's important to remember, is a partial settlement because we're still reviewing some outstanding claims for business interruption. And unfortunately, there was a second incident on December 31 with some additional damage, and we'll be bringing those claims to you later. But for now, we'd like to get this partial settlement executed. And again, the amount is $318,518.10.
Okay, thank you. Do I hear a motion?
So move to motion.
Second.
Okay, motion and second's been made. Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilmember Zarlingo,
Yes.
Councilmember Bourbano,
Yes.
Councilmember Tui,
Yes.
Councilmember Weir,
Yes.
Vice President Ryan,
Yes.
Councilmember Bader,
Yes.
President Schwab.
Yes. Thank you. And with no further action tonight,